Welcome back, everybody, to What Ya Watching. That's right. That's where we watch all the movies for you. Tell you whether it's worth it or not. Laugh at the stupid trailers each week. Talk about the crappy things we've seen between now and then. What you watching right here with your host, Collier, Reno, Wilmes, and the Reverend Jeff. Tonight we're talking Spiderman Homecoming. That's right. If you watched the trailers, you saw 2/3 of all the good things. But we'll talk about that later. Ping, ping, ping. That's right. I am one of the hosts of this fantastic extravaganza, the Reverend Jeff Kelley, and I have a bad feeling about this. Over there, that's the guy in the corn. It's always the guy in the corn. That's Collier, Reno, Wilmes.
Yeah. You know what happens in the corn to all the naughty people?
All the naughty people love the corn. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. All the best stuff
Speaking
happens
of the
in the corn.
It is Halloween, or it is October, and for the rest of the month now here out, we'll be doing horror films. Horror films. So,
yeah. I'm ready for this, Rev. Fuck yeah. I love fucking horror. Fucking Christ. I love this shit.
Well, I'm actually looking forward to the 22nd. They've actually opened a haunted hayride here in Sacramento that should be epic. By they usually do haunted houses, and they've converted the 5 haunted houses into a 5-stage epic haunted hayride, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing this month.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I'm looking
October. Forward to seeing this local haunted house do well, but then again, I have a personal stake in it because if they do well this year, I'll be able to do their masks next year, hopefully.
Do their masks again next year. That's right. Hey, Pacific Rim, dude. Trailer Trash Talk this week is filled with epicness and some not so epicness. I enjoyed the original Pacific Rim film. I did. I like this trailer. This trailer is pretty cool. It's like I guess it's like a whole bunch of Power Rangers, facing off against giant.
I see a lot more, even more Power Rangers influence now. After that,
yeah, for sure. I still haven't watched that shit show. Thank God. Check that out. This
looks a little bit more bright and sunny than the original one, because
I agree with you with that, and it is certainly more. Well, you can't be more CGI than that one was, because it was pretty much all CGI.
It's reminding me even more of the stuff that they kind of refer to in the concept with like stuff like Ultraman, whatever, with all the bright colors in this one.
Right. Yeah, and I enjoy watching a well-lit movie because I hate all that dark, shadowy crap that you can't see out of it. So check out the trailer. This is the first one that came out. It'll be out next year. Pacific Rim Uprising.
I remember watching that trailer on set yesterday, and the main actor kid, he was going fucking bananas over it. He was like going like, dude, fuck, Jesus Christ, I fucking love robots.
Reeves and Alice Eve are bringing out a new sci-fi thriller called Replicas. Somehow they've been able to transport the human psyche into clonable android type things, I guess. I'm not really sure. I watched the trailer and didn't really get the concept, but it looked exciting. Woo-hoo!
I was gonna say I think that you're gonna hate this, Rev, because for some reason the vibe of this movie reminds me a lot of Rememory, and we already discussed that you don't like
what
that.
What a crap show that was. That dwarf never drank nor knew things. Sorry. Did you know that? I read on the internet.
Will drink or know things. Okay. He needs to.
Yeah, but I read on the internet that Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage isn't even a dwarf. I read on the internet that Peter Dinklage isn't even a dwarf. That he's actually a regular sized person, and method acts himself into a dwarf when necessary.
Oh, okay. Right. Is it just like no? He's like Mario. He has to have the mushroom to make him bigger.
Mario, I'm a Mario.
I want a Mario movie now where Peter Dinklage plays Mario. Somebody in Hollywood would make that happen. Fuck rap. We'll just make it happen.
Sleepwalker. This one, an indie flick, and with Cole and I being aspiring filmmakers here, this one kind of caught my attention because I like the trailer, I like the idea, and knowing it's an indie film means that they ain't got no money, and what money they do got is going to go into like costume sets and locations, because that's what eats up all the money. Besides dumbasses that think you got to film in 4K, otherwise you suck.
Yeah, that's the first thing that struck me, because he sent me, and it's like, something's off about the image quality here. I think they might have shot in something that wasn't a fucking Red or an Alexa or anything. Please, God, this. If I may go on a little fucking rant here, can we please just look to movies like this? I don't know what it was shot on. For all I know, it was shot on Alexa or Red, and it just doesn't show here. But you can shoot shit on like lower grade cameras, and it can fucking work. I know a guy, one of the most recent directors I worked with, he did a feature film on a fucking DSLR.
Yeah.
Stop being
all in color grading and editing. And, yeah, exactly. I mean, look, if you have a compelling story and the script is written well, you can film it on a Fisher Price camera and it shouldn't matter.
Well, yeah. And it also has to be supported by the story on why you're going for that aesthetic. And it also will depend on...
No, it doesn't. Absolutely not. It's the only camera that was available, so that's how I made my movie, damn it.
Well, that too, but
everybody out there wants to be total snobs. I gotta have this, I gotta have that before I can make my movie. It's like, dude, you need to put together some jank ass like Casio cassette recorder with a friggin' microphone plugged into it. If that's what you need to do, then that's what you friggin' need to do, man. I mean, we can make it on a Fisher Price camera with a Casio cassette recorder. If that's what's gotta happen, they did it in the 70s.
Right. Well, yeah. Anyways, but still, back to the trailer. Rant done. It's an okay trailer.
She basically goes to sleep. She's having the same haunting dreams about being murdered by a guy she doesn't know, and then there's a twist in it where she's the other woman, and they may have given away too much, but I don't know if it's a feature length movie or what the real comments come down to it. But I was compelled by the trailer to say I might watch that.
Yeah, it's all right. So yeah,
and with that, I got a question. Hey, Cole.
Yes.
What you watching?
I might have an answer. Oh, well.
What you watching?
I was watching some shit this week.
Crap. Absolute crap.
Werewolf, The Beast Among Us. I think I remember hearing about this a while ago. Like, one rumor I heard about this. This was actually supposed to be the sequel to the 2010 remake of The Wolfman. And because that movie, I guess, tanked, that they didn't do so well at the box office, they switched it up and made it its own little thing. So we now got Werewolf Beast Among Us, and it was one of the most fucking boring ass werewolf movies I've ever seen.
I believe I offered you Cult of Chucky, and you turned it down, and you watched this crap instead.
No, I have I took you on Cult of Chucky. I just haven't.
Okay, got you.
This was on my physical copies of movies, so I feel like I.
So you feel like you got to watch this? Oh, you actually put this in a DVD player?
In a Blu-ray player, technically, but
crap! What a piece of woo! You paid for this. That's scary.
Hey, I paid for the director's commentary. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Wolf Cop. Everywhere, Wolf Cop.
Hey, I paid for this one. It was a pleasure.
Dirty Harry, only hairier. Wes made me watch this when we were doing Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly.
No, it was when you were doing this show.
Oh, was it when we were doing this show? Okay, well, we definitely did.
You guys just started the show.
I've done so many shows, dude. It's so hard to remember.
It's okay, guys. This is why we have me here to correct Reverend on his own shows.
Yeah, dude, trust me. I medicate a lot, a whole lot. I wasn't all that impressed with this one. What did you think of it?
Dude, I fucking love it. But then again, I do like absurdist movies like this, which takes this crazy concept and just fucking runs with it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's another indie flick.
You definitely have to abandon reality to enjoy it.
Yeah, this is not something that you can go into like all serious and be like, oh, well, this is high grade cinema I want from this. You're fucking watching Wolf Cop. You're gonna get exploitist, absurdist humor. Got freaking werewolves going up against lizard men, people.
Werewolves against lizard men. Speaking of werewolves against lizard men, Prime Evil.
Oh yeah, this is another one. I pretty much went to my local DVD, comic, and nerd store, and they have a deal where if you buy 3 movies, you get 1 free. A bunch of movies, and this was one of them. And I actually think I'm more fond of this one than most people seem to be. But then again, I really like
19% by the tomato meter and 32% of the people audience score. That's pretty crappy on the meter.
Yeah, fuck them. I like watching crocodilators eat people.
Crocodilators.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, somebody once pitched a concept that says, hey, it'd be a really good movie. Let's have a tornado and put sharks in it.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love that. Oh, my dick's getting hard just thinking about it.
Now, somebody pitched, hey, after the last one, let's put Tara Reid in the ugliest clothes ever and call it Sharknado 5.
Dude, I just liked reading the freaking info thing because it said, these people travel to Africa to find the serial killer that's claimed over 300 victims. Serial killer? This is about a fucking crocodile.
It's a crocodile.
Anyway, I digress. Rev?
Yeah, sure.
I have a question to ask you, man to man.
Yeah, what's that?
What you been watching, motherfucker?
Well, I started out with a classic. I love this movie. Battlefield Earth. If you've never seen John Travolta as a giant alien stuck on Earth, you must watch Battlefield Earth. This is literally the greatest sci-fi movie never watched by anyone.
I don't think it's been never watched. Yeah. Guys, look at that tomato meter.
Yeah, you can see that it's gonna get squashed. When it first came out, I was excited about it. I was like, man, this looks fucking cool. It's Travolta as an alien. It's gotta be great. No. Like in the first,
it is like one of the worst
in the first
good movies out there.
You know what this was? This was War of the Apes.
What?
If you think about it, it's literally the same plot as War for the Planet of the Apes. These little human things here were captured and were trying to escape, and they were made to mine and use tools and stuff by the overlords. Well, it's the same movie as War of the
Planet of the Apes. They didn't have a planet that was susceptible to nuclear devastation. Like, how the fuck did they never set that off? That's the one thing
Battlefield Earth, just a bunch of crap. So I had to put something good on, and of course I followed that up with Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element, Mila Jovovich. I have to be careful because I have a secret name for her. Dude, yeah, baby. Really, it is probably this truly is a fantastic piece of sci-fi. Is it? God bless it. It's Smokey from Friday. What the hell that guy's name is? Played Ruby Rod. Oh my God, dude, the most feminine, masculine dude in the universe. That guy was awesome. Just everybody in this movie, except I do have to say that there's one piece in this particular movie that I can't stand. There's one character. There's one actor that plays a character in this movie that almost wrecks this movie for me. It's the one piece that makes it not perfect, and that's Debo with his Google eye. I mean, that dude can barely see to read the lines, let alone has a 5th grade education to be able to pronounce the lines. I can only imagine 100 takes trying to get that guy to get through those 3 lines at a time he had. But outside of that, phenomenal movie in my book. The CGI, the heavy CGI didn't bother me in any of it. I immersed myself in that world. I felt like I was part of it. Was a little unrealistic. I mean, it is in Star Wars 2, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But anyhow, The Fifth Element, definitely on my top 5 sci-fi movies. Any thought?
I like Mila Jovovich in that one outfit. The first outfit she wears. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, so
the thermal bandages. Yeah. Everybody likes that scene. She's perfect. Yeah. She's absolutely. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. So I finished that one up with Star Wars. Yeah, and they're all over TV right now. Like the prequels were on, but you notice that I didn't watch those. I'm gonna check out Rogue One tonight. I've got a 1080p copy that I've never seen it in high def, so I'm gonna get a chance to check it out in high def with 5.1 tonight.
I just watched a funny parody of this shit, like where it showed like Qui-Gon talking about little Anakin. Oh, you're gonna grow up be such great intercutting with the scene from Rogue One with Darth Vader just slaughtering. Oh, you're just doing so much great things. Boom, boom, boom.
Killing the younglings.
Oh yeah.
Originally the movie was called Star Wars. There was no A New Hope to it. There was no Episode 4 to it. It just said Star Wars. They didn't really expect to make 2 or 3 or 9 or however many there's going to end up being.
Well, I know George Lucas wanted to make more, but he did have alternate paths. Like there's a book out there called Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which was going to be the original sequel if Star Wars didn't do so well.
But in the end, A New Hope was over budget, was over time, was exhaustive on everyone involved with it. Almost everybody quit, except for the guy that played Obi-Wan Kenobi. They said that he was like the culmination of a English actor. I mean, it was weird though, because I remember them bitching that come 5 o'clock you had to quit. That was it. You couldn't work after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That was it. Like, well, how do you shoot night scenes? And they're like, oh, with special permission from the government. It's like, really? That's how that works? Yeah, that's how that works. I was like, wow. Yeah. There's so much stuff out there on the Star Wars that just of the ridiculously why it took what it took to do it. But
the rest is cinema history.
It's history. That's exactly right. And with that, it's time to say hello to our 5 fans that are hanging out there in the Hangout Lounge.
You never know. We might have 2 more like last week.
Check out. We'll see who is out there tonight. Old Reno Wilmes. Where's your mustache and sunglasses tonight there Dangle?
I didn't have them. I left my sunglasses in the car, and then my mustache, I had to shave it. Okay? I am Reno without the glasses and the mustache, okay?
I am Reno without the glasses.
Right here.
Did they make you shave for work?
Oh yeah, they said, "Oh, sorry, your mustache it's a no-go on set. It really disturbs the actresses. The fucking makeup ladies over there having a shit fit."
Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm just fucking joking.
Okay.
Dude, my fucking butt is like a beard bigger than yours.
All right. That's tough to see, but okay. So let's say here, old Starshine, she's out there swinging her tool. She's waving her tool around the hangout out there.
How's it going,
How you doing, Starshine? Mr. Rod Dupree, he's always in the place.
Always in the place to be.
He's like a brother from another mother. Lance Windsor's checking in and saying hi from out there. Hello, Mr. Lance from Canada as well.
There, Lance.
Howdy ho, neighbors. Sam.
Howdy ho, I'm Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh.
Sam Scrantz Rivera is checking in as well.
Sam.
So that is, in total, our Hangout fans tonight. Well, Bara Huta Mila Kunes.
God damn.
Thank y'all for being here. That's right. God man.
Damn.
So Cole and I both went to see this in the theater, the Spider-Man Homecoming. And we've waited to do it for a while. It's going to be coming out on DVD here not too long from now. But it's one of my favorite Marvel comic characters is Spider-Man. Next to Captain America was my number one. Then came Hulk. Then came the Spider-Man, because the Spider-Man was part of the Electric Company, man, and they had he would web and it would go over people, and it was just fucking cool, man. It was Spider-Man. So the first round with Tobey Maguire The second round with that other dude. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. He's so rememberable. That guy. This incarnation, the first time we saw it was in Civil War. Yeah, Marvel Avengers Civil War. And yeah, it was cool. And now we getting, the real in-depth into the Spider-Man with Spider-Man Homecoming, and I'm sure Cole can pick it up from there.
Okay, so basically this is just like we've discussed, this is the third time we're getting a reboot of the Spider-Man franchise after the tanking of the Amazing Spider-Man. So now we got Spider-Man Homecoming. And so basically it's just the story about Peter Parker. It's well past him starting out, so he's but he's still getting used to the whole superheroing. And meanwhile he's trying to impress Iron Man because he's the father he never had except for Uncle Ben, which is only alluded to. That's the one thing I like about this movie. We don't have to see Uncle Ben dying again. We've seen it. We know it.
I appreciate that, but we didn't get the Spider-Man origin story with this setup at all.
I feel like you don't need it. It's like the origin of Batman. Babies just practically come into the world knowing, oh, Batman's parents were killed, Spider-Man's uncle died, and told him with great power comes great responsibility.
The whole him having his old suit at the school for emergencies was kind of like, well, fuck, where did that come from? How long has that been there? Why? When did that get set up? You know what I mean? It was like, I don't know. Anyhow.
Yeah. It's one of those things. I don't know if it needed to be set up, but I just can see it. But let's start getting into the pros and the cons about the movie. What did you like about this movie?
Let's see here. What did I'm
wow, really struggling today, aren't you?
What did I like the suit. The suit was very cool. The fact that it was made by Stark and Stark Technologies, and
we actually have designed eyes now.
Yeah, and well, I mean, why do you need that? I don't really understand. I mean, it never was a thing in the comic books, but
what are you talking about? In the comic books?
In the late comic books, it was blah blah blah. I'm talking about stuff I read in the 70s. Anyhow,
that is a thing now, so get used to it.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't like Aunt May. I don't like the lady that plays Aunt May. I don't like the way that everybody's making a big deal out of Aunt May being hot, because the character wasn't hot at all. I mean, she literally looked like she was made of leather and weighed about 82 pounds, had a body of a 12-year-old boy, but whatever. That's,
Well, I guess I see how they were making a big deal. Like, people were like, oh, wow.
Everybody. Yeah, I mean, Stark is hitting on Aunt May. He's got Pepper in his bedroom, and he's all hot and bothered by Aunt May. The friggin' Peter's buddy there, Noah, with the friggin' hat. Oh, hi, May. He's got a friggin' hard on for May, too. The Chinese guy comes with the rice pudding. Oh, it's free on the house. I mean, they really, really made over and over and over how Aunt May was appreciated by everybody, and that was just like, I mean, Aunt May was always old. She was never young like this.
It doesn't really bother me. I'm actually okay with this change up, because
you're recreating characters that never existed and just giving them those characters names. It's kind of crappy.
No, let's talk about well, I guess we'll get into this in the cons. But what I want to say, what I liked about it is, dude, I fucking love the villain, the Vulture.
Yeah, it's Batman. No, it's the Hawk. No, it's the Vulture.
The Vulture.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, or the most.
Which, granted, this character in general has had been a long time coming, because he was originally going to be the villain in Spider-Man 3. That's who Sam Raimi originally wanted, but studio was like, "Oh, come on, we want to have Venom. We need
have the." Yeah, we gotta have Venom. Venom will make more money. Venom, definitely Venom. There's more fans.
We don't want that old fart in a bird suit. We do not need Birdman.
Birdman. I never did watch that one either. Some people said it was good. I haven't bothered, but
I haven't either. So
yeah, I don't feel so bad then. But no, I mean, there were good parts in the movie. Him getting used to the suit and them hacking the suit and turning the body or the baby monitor off and
Dude, anytime
that kind of
the
stuff.
Villain was just on screen, I was just having to enjoy any other time. I was just like, this is kind of dragging for me. Because because we've gotten the story for like so many times.
Well, yeah, I mean that's very true. I mean, they
like
didn't
at least
redo
with Batman. There's been a lot more space between reboots because we
right.
had the 90s we had the 60s Batman. Years later, we get the 90s, and then like in the mid 2000s, we get Batman Begins. And then,
which was probably the best was probably the best incarnation of the Batman. I mean, I enjoy the comic book Batman. Jack Nicholson was a horrible Joker. Well, he was great as the Joker. No, he was a great Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Yeah, he was not the Joker. He was playing Jack Nicholson, and it just, I mean, yeah, he was crazy enough to be the Joker. But like I said, I was never really creeped out by anybody till Jared Leto's rendition of the Joker.
Maybe we can get to do the '89 Batman someday.
Oh, the original Michael Keaton Batman. I would definitely do that. That's a fantastic movie, and I don't feel that it went in line with where they went afterwards.
No way.
Even though he played Batman 2, the second one, that was a far different feeling movie than the original one was. Anyhow, we're talking about Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, Spider-Man, not Batman. Even though Batman's in this, we get to see Batman versus Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, right. I thought the plot line was a little weak with the development of the Vulture character. I mean, you can see where it came from. It was the alien technology that they had left over from the attack on New York, and then they kind of skipped 8 years. Well, when did Peter get bit? Peter got bit before that. So if that's the case, then Peter's been Spider-Man for 8 years. How did that come about? That doesn't seem right.
I don't feel like that's something that really
happens
in that time period. But
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
It's that he hasn't been Spider-Man for too long,
right?
It had to have been in between the Avengers movie and now.
Well, it had to be right between was that the original Avengers that had the Battle of New York? It absolutely was. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it was just kind of a time shift that just didn't make any sense. That they would show you that in 8 years, but not where Peter came from in that time period. It was just like, oh, so has Peter been Spider-Man all this time or not? Apparently not, because he's still in like 8th grade or 9th grade or whatever the freak he is. So that was just he was young because he was like years from graduating.
Yeah. I remember actually talking with my friend about this because we were talking about I was just like, couldn't make heads or tails about what I wanted to say about this movie because I was just so like, well, the villain was really good, and I can't say that Tom Holland is a bad Spider-Man. In fact, he plays probably one of the truest Spider-Mans as opposed to the prior Spider-Man.
Absolutely, he plays a really good Peter Parker.
Tobey Maguire. He plays a good Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield, he plays a good Spider-Man.
Right.
I feel like Tom Holland really got the closest because he was very introverted and nerdy as Peter Parker, and he was a perfect smartass when he was Spider-Man.
When they go to the ATM scene with the plastic Avenger faces, that's like the greatest scene of the movie. I mean,
I remember that. That was actually one of the scenes I referenced, where it was one of my favorite little Spider-Man moments when he was just sitting there, like he took a brief moment to pause. See, like you can tell he's thinking, okay, what am I gonna do? What's something funny to do? Oh, I'll just sit here. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, you're not the real Avengers.
Yeah, I mean, and when he stuck the bad guy's hand to the trunk, he's like, "That'll dissolve in 2 hours." No, man, you got to fix it. No, you're a bad guy. You're a criminal, so you deserve this. I gotta go.
Yeah. No, I like when he first shows up because he activated interrogation mode, and he's like, he sounds like pretty much Christian Bale's Batman. He's like, what the fuck? I know what you sound like, dude.
Yeah. He's like, you don't sound like a little girl right now. You sound like a little girl. I know you.
I'm not a girl. I'm a boy.
You need to get a whole lot better at this part of the job. This part right here. There were some moments. There were some fun moments in the movie. The whole Vulture being the dad of the girlfriend. I don't. Is that a comic book thing? I don't know if that's a comic book thing.
I'm not a really big Spider-Man fan, so I don't read up on him.
Yeah, I don't really know where that line comes from, but that whole line just kind of felt. Sorry, there's an Amber Alert in California. Yeah, no, everything's okay.
It's okay. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
No. Somebody stole a kid here, and the Amber Alert went off. Anyhow, sorry, not making light of it. Just not my kid.
Make
so
it
we're
sound
all right.
so innocent, like you just. Yeah.
Well, the Amber Alerts go off a lot here in Northern California. Unfortunately, there when you live amongst a million people, really weird crap happens a lot. Anyhow, Spider-Man's weird a lot like that too. Am I going to watch Homecoming?
He ain't stealing kids though.
No, that I'm definitely not. I saw when I was bringing up the link for this tonight that Homecoming 2 is a thing for 2018.
Oh yeah, it is.
So part 2 is definitely coming along, and we're expecting Infinity Wars, and I'm expecting him to be in Infinity Wars as well. So we're going to get a double.
Oh, yeah, of course.
We're going to get a double dose of Spider-Man. Jeez, they're really
determined.
They're determined to get that kid back tonight, boy.
Give me the fucking kid back.
Anyhow, I'm looking forward to the Infinity War movie, and Homecoming 2 will be something to. Hopefully, it'll be a little more story driven than character driven, because the fat kid was his storyline was always drawn out, and the weird girl with no friends who ends up being MJ.
Well, she's not MJ. They did that. That was going to be in one of my cons of the movie. That they did that purely just to troll people, because
I know they did.
They knew they were going to bitch if they say, "Oh, we cast a Latino actress as Mary Jane," and she's not MJ, guys. She's not Mary Jane Watson. They just did that as a little both nod and be like, "Hey, fuck you guys. Hey, right here. Yeah, see that? That's you. That's for you, right here. We just give you the shocker.
The shocker. That's right. 2 in the pink and 1 in the steak. And with that, like an STD for your ears, that's probably going to wrap it up for this edition.
All right. That's plenty of sex jokes now. I'm telling you, we're going to have Dicks and Holes with Reverend Cole soon.
That's right. Dicks and Holes with Reverend Cole right here. Sunday nights, 9 to 11 p.m. Central Time. That way it's late night. Real answers to real sexual problems with Reverend Cole on Dicks and Holes. Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Central. You only wish. You can find us at Facebook.com under @WatchingVids.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Don't forget
the bell part is the most important part.
What the freaking heck, man? Squatchers Lounge Wednesday night, Vinyl Power on Thursdays. Love you.
All right. We all love you.